The child whose conception was the genesis of the lawsuit that became Roe v. Wade is now a 51-year-old woman ready to tell her story. Shelley Lynn Thornton has come forward after decades of secrecy to publicly identify herself as the Roe baby in the new book, The Family Roe, An American Story, by Joshua Prager, which will be released on September 14 and was excerpted in The Atlantic on Thursday. My association with Roe started and ended because I was conceived, Thornton said in the excerpt. Her birth mother's lawsuit became the landmark 1973 Supreme Court case that secured the right for women to legally have an abortion across the country, even though she didn't go through with the procedure. The Dallas waitress challenge to the Texas law resulted in a sweeping change of the laws across the country. Texas is once again the epicenter of the abortion fight after the Supreme Court declined to block a restrictive Texas law banning abortions as early as 6 weeks into pregnancy and allowing anyone in the U.S. to sue abortion providers or others who help women get the procedure after that time frame. Thornton is the daughter of Norma McCorvey, the woman originally identified in court documents by the pseudonym Jane Roe. McCorvey, who revealed her identity shortly after the landmark case, died at 69 in 2017 after a complicated public life. McCorvey was initially pro-choice, then switched to an anti-abortion stance following a religious conversion, and then revealed in a stunning deathbed confession in a documentary that she was paid exorbitant money by a religious organization to pose as an anti-abortion activist even though she didn't believe in that view.
Thornton was born in a Dallas hospital in 1970 as the third of McCorvey's 3 children, all of whom were placed for adoption. She was 2 years old by the time Roe v. Wade ruling came down and living with her adoptive parents in Texas, and her existence itself became a symbol to anti-abortion activists. An investigation by the National Enquirer led to Thornton being found as a teen living outside Seattle and informed her that she was McCorvey's biological daughter. However, her name was kept out of the ensuing story that ran in 1989. Thornton began shaking all over and crying when learning the difficult truth that she was the child whose mother had initially intended to abort in the famous case. The abortion debate entered Thornton's own life in 1991 when she became pregnant at 20. She decided to have the child, but didn't understand why the abortion decision should be a government concern. Thornton, who is now a mother of 3 living in Arizona, nearly met McCorvey in person in 1994 before an angry phone conversation derailed the meeting. McCorvey said Thornton should have thanked her for not aborting her. "I was like, what? I'm supposed to thank you for getting knocked up and then giving me away," Thornton recalled saying. "I told her I would never, ever thank her for not aborting me." Thornton has since met her 2 half-sisters, but she did not reunite with McCorvey before her death. After years of keeping her secret and worrying that someone else would publicly share her story, she decided to share it herself. "I want everyone to understand that this is something I've chosen to do," she said.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe